Hello, you guys.
Everyone. Welcome to the Woman's Cave.
Yes, welcome to the Women's Cave, where we talk about topics with like women have on their mind without all the drama.
Yes, actually, the cave is supposed to be someplace without any drama at all.
No
but
drama.
It never quite works out that way because I have her here.
Really, Lorna? Seriously? We're going jabbing too early in the morning as we're doing this mobile. So real.
Wait. I just have to say, it's because of the lipstick. So
like, okay,
you know she's my makeup artist, right? So like, she hands me this lipstick and she puts on that, and I'm like, well, why couldn't I wear that?
Well, because this is a lip liner pencil, I had to make it into a lipstick. So, bam.
That is not even the reason. She just wants to look better than me. This is what happens when you have a jealous makeup artist.
What? What? It's too early to be throwing shade. What?
Oh my goodness, it's too sunny a day.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, you guys. It's not true. She's not jealous of me.
I'm Jade, by the way.
Oh, and I'm Winona, and we remember to introduce ourselves.
Yes, and so we're mobile, so you know our pictures we're gonna pop up on another gorgeous picture. But
we should probably we should tell you what's going on, and then we'll introduce the people.
Winona finally has a cold, and I don't, so that's exciting.
This is why I look bad, you guys. And yeah, and you see how that just evened out. She's got the lipstick, and I threw the jealousy jab, and now she's talking about my health. Yes, we're even now.
We're even.
Okay, anyway, we are going to be on Channel 9 here in DC.
That's exciting.
On the 13th of March. Yay! And here.
And then the Inspirational Women in Literature. Go on over to the Inspirational Women in Literature. Inspirationalwomeninliterature.com. Yeah, to get your tickets and to find out who's coming. Yes. Okay, we're mobile, and you know my coffee's up front, so that's a thing.
Okay.
And we're the co-authors and co-founders of the And I Thought Ladies and the And I Thought series, and also what? The Women's Cave. So that's exciting.
Yep. So now we can move on and introduce our guest. Yeah. They're sitting over there making half smiles and looking more better than we do. Anyway.
Any day.
I would throw shade, but she's my guest, so I can't do that. Anyway, would you like to introduce yourself, wonderful, glorious, pretty guest?
Oh, good morning, everyone. My name is Paige Engel, and I am a best-selling author and publishing strategist. And I also own a boutique company that leads tours to Paris, France, called Paris by Paige.
Of course, that's why she looks so gorgeous.
Yes, I was like,
thank you.
Only the French. And then you have the décolletage behind you. Is that what that's called?
Just making up.
I have the what?
The background behind you is really pretty. What is the? Do you know what the little symbol on the back? Never mind. Let's just skip right over that. Okay. Oh, okay. Did we skip right over that effectively?
Yes. You froze there for a second.
Okay, all right.
And I was like, okay, she looks gorgeous with her smile, but
what's going on? I'm sorry. What was your question?
How did you come up with that? With
the travel boutique.
With the travel boutique.
And the book.
And the book.
Yeah,
so my book is called The Ultimate Guide to Safe Travel for Women, and the book came about because I've traveled to more than 20 countries and 300 cities worldwide, most of them by myself. And so people would always ask, how is it that you travel so safely and you make it back? And so there were all these questions that people asked, but then there were questions that I felt like they should have been asking, right? And that's how the book came about. So I wrote a best-selling book in 2015. It went to #1 in 7 different categories on Amazon. It's now available at Walmart, Barnes & Noble, and a lot of other outlets. And so now I coach people on how to market their books and leverage their book projects.
I am thoroughly jealous, first and foremost.
I knew Winona was going to say it. I was like, Winona's going to be like, I am thoroughly jealous. We're not thoroughly jealous. We're thoroughly happy that you guys have that experience.
Oh, really? Because she's
thoroughly
at Barnes
happy.
& Noble, and I'm not. So yeah.
Well, we can get you there. We can get you there.
She's a coach, and so she's awesome.
By the way, you guys, she did an amazing job with us. Like, she really, really, really helped us develop a better brand and made sure that we got all our stuff in order and our ducks in a row. Although a few of our ducks are zigzagging nowadays, but you know, they're
That's
mostly
okay.
in a row. They're mostly in a row.
But as anybody will tell you, I hope that you agree with this, Paige, is that as a brand, you grow. So
Right.
sometimes you can't stay stagnant. You have to grow.
Yeah, you not only have to grow, you have to pivot, right? And you have to pivot based on what your audience wants from you and all the great things that you have to give. So you can't stay in like one linear, space. You have to move. Like if your audience said to you, we want to know how you guys gain so much publicity for your book projects that you guys have. And so let's just say you did a video, but there's someone who really wants to see it written out. Then it's up to you to create that product to sell to them written down, right? Or with your podcast. So you have to pivot and you have to really cater to your audience and your following.
That's
Okay,
so true, because some of our audience have just asked us recently about the Women's Cave and why don't we focus more on that. So we're trying. And thank you for explaining that for everyone out there that is building a brand, that just because it's your dream and you see it and you have it, it doesn't mean that you can't expand your dream to fit your customers.
Right.
Or not your customers, but your clients or the people who listen to you, or you have to be willing to be flexible.
Right.
Wow, Jade, you sound so smart today.
I really don't sound very smart. It must be the car. It must be the car making me smart today. I don't know.
I think it's because she had an extra large cup of coffee,
I
although she
did.
only finished half. But anyway,
so
that's
good.
the point. Ms. Engel, I want to ask, what is your favorite part about going to France?
My favorite part about going to France is the cafe lifestyle, being able to sit in the cafe for hours if you want to and just watch the world go by, plus write, because we're all writers here. Right. So it's just a great, space full of intellectuals and people from all over the world, and you can just hang out. Just being able to do that is my favorite thing about Paris.
And I'm assuming Paris is a little easier for you because you speak French.
Yeah, I speak French fluently. I actually studied at the Sorbonne in Paris, and I lived in France for 3 years. And so for the last plus years, I've been going back, leading small group tours and folks all around Paris and France. And up until the unfortunate events that happened in Paris, I was there every 45 days. So it's basically my second home. I split my time between Wisconsin and Paris. So.
Okay, how in the world are you gonna I'm gonna go from Wisconsin to go to Paris, which is so cultured? I mean, Wisconsin is cool too. I've been to Wisconsin, and it's nice.
I gotta say, I love the white guys and the blue eyes out in Wisconsin. I'm a huge fan. Nice. Thank you. I don't know what y'all do in the Midwest, but thank you kindly.
They grow them. I have to thank my mom for the interest in French. She got me a French tutor when I was 5 years old, and I began in elementary school. Then finally in middle school they had 4 languages, and I continued on through high school and undergrad and my master's. So I was fortunate to find something early on and just really go for it. And now look at me now. So living my dream.
Your mom set you up for greatness, as I think every good mom does.
Yeah.
No matter what, even
they do.
If you fight them and you're kicking and screaming, and I don't want it, and then later in your life you're like, thank you, because if you didn't do this for me, I would be so
I know
right now.
I know. And she thinks she missed Paris, so because she's been a lot of times, so she really loves it, so it's great.
Oh my goodness.
So as
you're
right, can you just explain to us how it feels to sit down at a cafe and write a book? I'm sure our audience wants to know. I want to know, so I just want our audience to know too.
Well, it's basically I either do a cafe or I do one of my favorite parks, which is the Luxembourg Gardens or the Jardin Luxembourg. And you just you get a notebook, like a moleskin or something, and you have your ideas, you jot down notes, and you just, you sit there and you just enjoy life. You take it all in. And I think as writers, we have so many ideas going around and around in our head, and we don't know how to get them out. Like we think, oh, well, that doesn't match this, and this doesn't match that. So it's just an opportunity to kind of like brain dump and get it all out, and then you can form it into a cohesive, coherent body of work. But just having those types of spaces and time to do that, I think everybody should do that. Whether they're in Paris, New York, or DC, they should take time, go to a cafe by themselves, and just get it all out.
Okay, I have to say, if you are in DC, we don't really have the cafe lifestyle. And if you're in DC right now, you don't want the cafe lifestyle.
Yeah, but
it's a little chilly,
but you can sit inside of a cafe, or like, okay, here's another thing that you could do. You could go to like the Intercontinental or the Mandarin Oriental or any of the major hotels, right? Like the major luxury brand hotels, and go and sit in their lobby and have a nice drink or coffee or something, and you'll get that same kind of feel, because there's people coming and going. You wonder what their stories are. It'll really spark something in you as a writer, especially being in that environment and seeing all the people go by. That'll help you with your writing.
I'm going to say today, you can seriously tell that you're a coach. You have coached us on brand placement and pivots. You have coached us on why French is important. And now you have finally coached us at, as the nearest point just dropped out of my head. Just hold on one second. On writing and how to spark ideas. That is, oh, wow. Yes. So people, this is why you need her as a coach.
You do.
And yeah, I know I'm up here just going, yay, get Paige as a coach. I apologize. But
that's okay.
I just had to point that out. Those 3 things in like less than 15 minutes. Well done, ma'am.
I'm full of it. Some people say I'm full of it, but I just think I'm full of great ideas.
She's like, I'm full of grandeur, people. Grandeur and great ideas. What?
So, quick question.
Yeah.
And then I promise we might stop asking questions.
I have one question.
Jade has a question.
Because before we got on, you was talking about how you went to Atlanta for a book launch for one of your clients.
Yes.
How does that feel to like go and just to see all your hard work be?
Oh, it was so, can I just tell you, it was so amazing. So,
you can tell us, please.
Okay.
Tell us.
So all right. So one of my clients is part of the 20 Beautiful Women series, and she happens to be in volume 4. So it's a series of books that have been published by Saba Tico. And Saba Tico is an award-winning publisher and writer. She's a Huffington Post contributor. And so she's on her 4th volume for 20 Beautiful Women. And now she's launching 20 Beautiful Men, as well as a documentary. I mean, they're just doing great things. So it was so nice to be able to go to this book launch in Atlanta. She's building this community of folks. I mean, there were people from volume 1 to volume 4, and each of them got to, well, not each of them, but a lot of them got to get up and speak about their experiences. And so what's great is, as a contributing author to this book, my client wanted to leverage that, right? So she wanted to leverage her contribution. So I've been instrumental in helping her come up with a plan, a strategic plan and action items to be able to do that. So it was just very awesome to be her support, and I just loved it. Absolutely loved it.
You helped her brand out from a contributor. That is amazing. Yeah. Let me just say that is amazing.
Well, you really want your contribution to matter, right? You know you're a part of a great piece, but how do you leverage that for yourself and your business and your brand? Do you leverage that by doing more speaking? Do you leverage that by getting more consulting clients? Are you selling a product? So that's what I help authors do, especially when they're contributing to, another piece of work that's outside of their own book.
Oh, so I'm assuming this client also has their own book as well.
This client does not have their own book. She has actually contributed to 4 best-selling books.
Wow.
So she really wanted to find out, how do I leverage this, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what I've been helping her to do. She's not ready for her own book yet, right? She's not ready for her own piece. However, the contributions that she's made to everybody else's has to work for her.
Wow. Yeah.
And that's where I come in. So.
Okay, so you have to tell us more about coaching as your business.
Yes.
Because we're sitting here in awe. I would say standing in awe, but we don't have room to stand. So
right.
We're sitting in awe of how you do contributions to actual branding. So you have to tell us about your business.
Yeah, so I help a variety of authors. And I wrote a book, Now What? Right? Or I contributed to a book, Now What? I do not help people craft their books. There's many special people who could help you do that, but I help you leverage that book and market that book and sell more books. So my client list includes, like I said, contributing authors, people who are publishing their own books or working with publishers, as well as anthology leaders. So let's say you guys are doing an anthology. I also help anthology leaders. Yeah, so I help them create the contracts for their, contributing authors and come up with a marketing plan for their authors and for their projects. So I helped a variety of different types of writers.
So officially, we have found a new coach. Yay!
Okay. Yay.
Thank you, Ms. Engel.
Always.
So we'll have to talk about, the monies and everything after the camera, goes off.
Yeah, right. I got you. So one of the things that I really, really do is I help authors build their platforms, right? So to us, it's called author platforms, but to everybody else, it's called book marketing, right? So I help them build their platforms both online and offline. So you need to have a following online, but you also have to build those things offline. And you guys know about that with like the podcast interviews and the TV interviews and print and have, guest blog posts and all of those other options. So really helping them identify what's going to be the best bang for their buck, as well as identifying places where their message would appeal to a broader audience. And then they can share their message with a ready-made audience. Like they don't have to go and create it. They can just share it with the person who has already created it. So it's helping them pinpoint and make strategic steps to make that happen, to sell more books and to gain bestseller status, because that's how you leverage your book projects.
Yes,
that is amazing.
Definitely how you do that.
And thank you so much for coming on. I know our time is gone, and that's amazing because we didn't really think it would go well. I mean, we did think, because you're awesome. So time always flies when you're having fun, you guys. That old saying, that old adage is so correct.
And I gotta say, this is like our second shot at doing this one because we had technical difficulties on our first one.
Oh my goodness.
So many difficulties.
It wasn't funny, you guys.
But anyway, I just want to say thank you again for showing up. And of course, you shined even brighter this time.
Always.
It might be because you have a cooler background this time. I am in love.
I don't know. Maybe.
I am.
I officially now want like a dress made out of that background.
I know, right? I'll send you some.
I knew it was coming when she said it. I said, "Oh, she's gonna be like, excuse me, I need a skirt made from this."
Thank you. Right.
Thank you.
So, Ms. Engel, can you tell everyone where they can find you?
Sure. I am online at Paiges by Paige. So if you want to find me celebrating the French lifestyle, you can just go to Paiges by Paige, and that's Paige. So I'm everywhere that way. And if you want to find out about my publishing strategy and author coaching, you can go to paigeengel.com.
Cool. Awesome. So do you think you'll be in Paris around the same time as that we're booked for a few shows in Paris this summer? Do you think you'll be there?
I will be in Paris from June 19th through June 30th this summer.
Oh, we'll
just miss you.
But that doesn't mean that I can't. There's some really cool, there's some really, really good airfare deals. So if someone is interested in going to Paris, London, or Amsterdam, there are some airfare deals from 28 cities right now for like $500 round trip. So if you guys are thinking about going to Europe this summer, go and check that out. You can probably find it on Google Trips or even Kayak.
I got an email notification this morning. It was like $538.20.
Yeah.
I was like, excuse you, what?
Yeah, there's some great deals right now. If anyone was even thinking about going to Europe, I would jump on it.
Oh, we are. We already called everyone, including managers and everybody, and we were like,
we are booked for London television in July, so that's exciting. Going back to London. We're very happy. Super excited.
Yeah, and we're probably going to hit Spain instead of Paris. I'm sorry, your city's.
That's okay. It's all right.
very expensive there.
It is very expensive. Barcelona and Madrid are great too. So
Yeah.
I love Barcelona. That's where we're going because yes, you guys, tanning is important.
yeah,
Even when you're African American.
Even when you're African American.
Of course, if you're in Greece, tanning is more important because it gives you a gold hue to your
Okay,
skin.
we're
But
anyway, wrapping up the show.
wrapping up the show. And so we're talking about travel. Go me, go Winona. Anyway, I'm Winona, and that is Jade, who is officially laughing.
I'm laughing.
With her head
I'm
down.
sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so I am Jade, and we are the co-founders, co-authors, and just
Co-host of this show.
Co-host of this show, the Women's Cave, and we are having in March the 18th the Inspirational Women in Literature Conference. So you guys go to inspirationalwomeninliterature.com and to pick up your tickets. Yes, I'm gonna keep messing that up because I haven't had all my coffee yet.
Also, if you want to find out what we're doing and what we're up to, you can go to www.andwethought.com and you can find out everything that we're doing, and you can also watch the back archives of the show because you know you love us, right?
I know you do.
And if you don't love us, you at least love Miss Ingle because she came up looking adorable.
And so, like, our tagline really applies to her. It applies to all of our guests, but it really applies to her today. Wisdom is all around you if
you're open to finding it and accepting it. So peace and love, you guys. Bye-bye.